Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more EarthBound. Last time, we solved the mystery of the monkey caves and gained the ability to teleport, which the secret to teleportation is just running where you want to go really, really fast. It's a lot less exciting than science made it sound, but surprisingly simple to figure out. So, I guess for you over-romanticizing it, you also look silly for not figuring out such a simple secret. We also got the yogurt dispenser that we need to be able to enter the top floors of the Monotoli building. So with that in our pockets, this time we're going to Paula. Been waiting to say that one. First off, we gotta make preparations. Because of course we do, it's a big important showdown. You might have noticed that on the list of locations that you can teleport to is Winters, a place that Ness has never been to. Why not see a few sights while we're at it? We can see just how good Bubble Monkey's girlfriend is. I saw you once before, just for a second. You know, my fiancé. My fiancé loves to chew gum. He went to visit Dr. Anonuts' lab, but he hasn't returned yet. I want to go there so I can get him home. But without him, I can't cross Lake Tess. I'm really worried about the Mad Doctor will use him in a crash test. Oof. I guess better than dissecting him? Well, I guess either way, he wouldn't really know anything after things got started. That got grim very fast. So we are not able to visit Dr. Anonuts, but we are able to visit the drugstore best friend. I could never forget you or your name that caused me to lose that trivia challenge. Kind of amazed that that's the thing I brought up the second time. I could also never forget the world's hottest pineapple. And I could also never forget the T-Rex's bat, which we can now finally purchase and see just how good it was. Yeah. Even after all this time, it is still superior to anything Ness has found to hit things over the head with. That should give you a clear idea of how overpowered you can be if you grind up to get this thing before you're even out of 3. 112 to 122. You can take my Mr. Baseball bat, not like I had the matching accessories. The Coin of Silence is also superior to anything Ness has. Got 106 to 111. Gee, my life feels very empty, and my inventory feels very full when I see that I am down a party member and can't buy this. We're gonna buy a Skip Sandwich DX. For something that I want to do. I'm pretty sure you know that I like doing lots of dumb stuff. Sorry, the bubblegum is sold out. I guess that offer to get free monkeys with your bubblegum is expired. Was a really good deal, so I can see why it sold out. By going through Winters, everything is scared of you. If you want to fight the gruff goats or the Winters variety of the runaway dogs that drop bread rolls very often, you are free to do that and very strangely not get insta-wins against them because they're faster than You guys are slow pokies. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You don't deserve that bread roll. You're leaving it behind. The next thing that I want to show for preparations is that I stayed at the Monotoli Grand Hotel, and Jeff was able to fix the broken gadget that we bought in the back alley into the double beam. And you know what that means. Our offense is getting doubled from 96 to 192. Or we find out that the concept of just tacking on another beam has slightly diminishing returns. It's a farce, really. Reminds me of a really silly post I saw one time of a guy asking why you can't just buy a second PS4 and hook a cable up to it to make it twice as powerful. Yeah. We might not be able to ride on Tessie because we don't have Bubble Monkey and he's the magic who makes her work. But we can talk to the Tessie Watchers. Tessie appeared again today and smiled at me. I wonder what Tessie thinks of me. How many times do I gotta tell you guys? Her face is painted on. Do you think my name will make it into the newspaper? Oh boy, he is gonna be sad of the fool that the press made of him. I wonder if there are any monkeys around. You know, they say Tessie is friendly with monkeys. I finally saw Tessie. It's like seeing a UFO. It emerged from the lake and flew towards Stonehenge. Kidnap one of my friends along the way. That's not the kind of thing that I would want smiling at me. There's nobody in this tent either. And lastly, where are you, my friend? They came and took you away. Come back, Sebastian. Hey, that's a haiku poem. We've seen that not only Bubble Monkey, but also one of the Tessie Watchers has gone away and not returned. The stories that we've heard from the Tessie Watchers is slightly mistranslated and misinterpreted. In the Japanese version, it was not Tessie that emerged from the lake and then abducted one of the friends. It was that Tessie emerged, and soon after, so did a UFO, so the guy got to see 2 rare sights. We can't do anything about this now, but I wanted to show it no less. If you want to come to Winters and get that equipment, be warned. It's kind of tough teleporting. You can barely go through these trees without... I did say you could barely go through them without hitting them, and I did go a very short distance, so I still technically wasn't lying. Yeah, we did it. No. This is what I mean. Not a lot of straight lines. That's another thing, is that enemies are invisible when you're teleporting if they were off screen. So oftentimes you will run into them and be... Come on. Cut me a break a little bit. It's like the monkey caves just want to keep tormenting me after I was gone for all the mean things I said about... There we go. All it took was one 90-degree turn. Back in Fourside, before we use that yogurt dispenser for its intended purpose, some might not know that it has another use besides just being a key item. If we check the help text, it's actually an item for Jeff. Invented by Applekid. If used during combat, some damage will be dealt to the enemy, though it's not understood why this happens. It's just yogurt after all. Can be used many times. We're gonna see what it's supposed to be used for. Oh, I love yogurt with my buffalo, and that guy is... I guess dogs are known for sniffing butts, and that's what he's doing. Alright. Yogurt dispenser it is. Suddenly, some trout yogurt was produced. 4 HP of damage to the desert wolf. It's not a spectacular item, but it is rather funny that they actually thought to make the trout yogurt do damage. You don't have control over who it hits. It just hits something. If it was used outside of battle, yogurt dispenser cannot be used. Here is the text that it has for Jeff. Though, in order to free up inventory space to shift items around to make this possible, we go back to the horrific place that gave us many traumatic memories. The department store! We don't need the hyper beam any longer, and that was an item that we could buy from the arms dealer, so it's going bye-bye. Ness, you hand the bag of Dragonite over to Jeff. With Jeff using items to attack, I think it's right at home in his inventory. And Jeff... Yogurt dispenser on Ness. If we were to use it, Ness could not use the broken trumpet very well. A lot of Jeff's broken items, or just Jeff's items in general, have bugged text like this, and it's related to EarthBound generating its text on the fly. Some items have incorrect ID numbers, possibly a leftover from earlier in development. Now, we have armed ourselves with knowledge and with weapons. It is time. I kept asking around for trout-flavored yogurt, but... What? You have a yogurt dispenser? May I have it? Before you could answer, she took the yogurt dispenser. I can make trout-flavored yogurt for my guests. You are so kind. I'll make some for you. My room is on the 48th floor. Don't forget to drop by. My room's on the 48th floor. Don't forget to drop by. She's like one of those motherly maids that just has to tell you about everything. Wait, hang on. If the town really has snapped out of the funk that it was in, what does the cop say? I guess some people weren't hypnotized, they were just awful people. As we go inside, I want to tell you about the Monotoli building a little bit more. It's theorized that it's one of the locations that changed the most during development. That's because of a few reasons, but first of all is an unused item that was found within the game's memory. The temporary goods. It doesn't sound like much of anything that would be related to Monotoli, but you can see that I'm able to just walk into this elevator now that I have Electra's permission, and the elevator girl will just let us up. The description of the temporary goods reads, a key given to you by the maid in the Monotoli building. In Japan, this item is just simply called temp, so it's not quite as exciting, but it does kind of show that they might have made it so you actually needed a key to get to these upper floors, which would make a lot of sense. It's just the tip of the iceberg of the various changes made. For now, we've made it to the top of the Monotoli building. Secret code, please. Say your code in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just like a computer, when you get to the end of the countdown, your speed changes dramatically. The Sentry Robot shows that Monotoli is not fooling around with being a super wealthy man. It does say TikTok, which doesn't do anything, but... That's some grade A scrap metal that we just made. Yeah, that really proves that he's not fooling around with his money. If we can get into another battle, I'd like to show you any moment now. No, that was a complete waste of time. They fire beams, but they also fire bottle rockets. They use these things as regular attacks and then call for other sentry robots, which also will use bottle rockets on you. Damage can rack up pretty quickly, and for regular enemies, giving them something as destructive as a bottle rocket, that ain't fooling around. Jeff, he can take some HP, which that didn't fully heal you, which is a little bit weird. And I knew that wasn't gonna fully heal Ness, but regardless. Getting back on the topic of unused items, actually no, getting back on the topic of restrooms. Groan. Oh, been there, done that, man. I feel for you. I don't even care if you're one of the toadies. Oh man, yeah. Doesn't matter which gender. If you have ever been attracted to another human being, no matter how godlike they may seem, just humanize them a little bit by remembering that at some point in their life, they had explosive diarrhea. That's not creepy. What I was going to say is that, going back to unused items like the temporary goods, there is another one that I was wanting to talk about in particular. A lot of unused items in EarthBound just simply have the name of null and don't do anything, sometimes even crashing the game when you try to use them, but there's an exception to that. Probably my favorite item name for anything, and this is a great username, feel free to use it if it's not already taken because it's great. The video relaxant. If you check its description, it cites, "What the hey is this?" Its Japanese name sheds a little bit more insight into what it might have been because it's called the video drug. And if you're thinking, that doesn't give me any insight, it just makes me say, what the hey is this even more than it already did, I also feel for you there. Video drugs are actually a thing in Japan, and they're not as crazy as they sound. Think of how, remember back to 15 years ago when Windows Media Player 10 was coming out, or maybe you had Winamp or something like that, and you turned on the sound visualizers for your favorite music and just kind of put it on shuffle and stared into the visualizations of your music for hours on end? That's what video drugs were. These things were VHS tapes in Japan that were actually quite popular and around for a while before Windows Media Player kind of popularized that whole thing in the West. It's very relatable, and I think you can understand what it would be. When you use it in the game, it does not have any apparent purpose, but it's believed that during development, it was a way of testing the battle backgrounds, because when you look at them by themselves, they do look a lot like video drugs / audio visualizers. I think that's kind of cool. I happen to agree with that speculation. I think it's a very sound theory. Go to level 42. Not the most exciting level up, but hey, they can't all be. You gotta have the unexciting level ups to know when the good ones come around. Grab a sudden guts pill. I have a history with those. I'll gladly take it. And, okay, the thing that I was wanting to use the Skip Sandwich DX for. The spawn locations of the sentry robots are semi-random. They spawn within a tile of a few spaces. If they spawn far away enough from you and you use a Skip Sandwich, you can get past them just barely without getting into fights if you have a little bit of luck and your movement is optimal. It's very helpful. Wow, this is really funny just with this goofy music running around. Your trout-flavored yogurt, sir. Ness got the trout yogurt. Master Pokey's cool. He gave me something the other day and said, "This is fit for a maid." At least he didn't say it was made to order. Otherwise, the people of Foresight would have had various opinions about him. Oh, no, we're not going in there yet. No. I want to run around a little bit more because we have not gone into this door. Yes! You see how easy that is? Yeah, skip sandwiches are great for skipping fights. Grab a vital capsule. Yes, please. Give that... I think we'll give that to Jeff. Give him a little bit more HP on the next level up, just like I was saying. We can have some exciting level ups now that we've had bad ones. Yes! Barely got through that. And now, we go and fight the cyborg baby. Ping! Clankety clankety. Rattle rattle. Drrrr. Squeak tweet tweet clank. The Grand Guardian, the clumsy robot. To start off this fight, I got a lot of inventory. And I think, as much as I need to use that handbag strap sooner or later, we're gonna don the sudden guts pill. Ness, you pop those steroids. After all, you are a baseball player. Amazingly enough, his guts became 62. Stumbled a little bit and fired a strange beam. Jeff's body solidified. That's not really what beams are known to do unless it's a tasing beam? I'm gonna try to make sense of this guy's dex. Ate a bologna sandwich. Not bologna sandwich, bologna sandwich. Again, I would get on it for typos, but I think it fits the personality of this thing quite a bit. Reapplied a bandage. It dodges your attacks a lot. It uses a lot of annoying attacks. Cleaned the area. I know, clean freaks are annoying. All of a sudden, some guys rush into the— Whoa, that went way easier than I thought it would. This fight, if I may interrupt things really quick, is usually a lot rougher. It does a lot of damage to you, and similar to Master Belch, he's not actually taking damage when you're attacking him. You have to fulfill certain conditions. I think it's a certain number of turns that have to be passed for this fight to end. We got very lucky. But back to your regularly scheduled guys rushing in. It was the Runaway 5! Lucky quickly ducked behind the robot. I flipped the switch and it stopped. Jeez, what a loser robot. It was so easy to stop. That was quick thinking. Clumsy robot, stop moving. Ah, an unstoppable robot that you can only beat by flipping a switch on its back. What a novel idea. Jeff grows to level 37, getting 15 HP and nothing else. That kind of balanced out to a merely average level up now, didn't it? The room next door seems suspicious somehow. I thought I heard a girl's voice. Let's break into the room next door, except I need to go to the bathroom first. We would like to pay you back. We'll help you in whatever way we can. We don't have any money. We are strong, however. The Runaway 5 are the only ones who can beat the clumsy robot, and their ability to do this is locked behind you saving them from the topple of theater. However, you can't come into this room without having done that first. However, if you were to cheat or glitch your way in here and somehow fight the clumsy robot without doing that, upon the clumsy robot's conditions for a defeat being fulfilled, it would release a puff of black smoke, blinding you, and you would respawn outside of the Monotoli building. Hinting again that this place changed a lot during development. Stop! That's enough! Please stop! I give up. I really do! Some old men really do have healing voices that are just nice to listen to. I agree. Look at my skinny arms, thin body, and gray hair! I've become so weak since I lost the Mani Mani statue. I'm sorry I kidnapped Paula. I haven't done anything to her. Paula is a nice girl. Paula, return to Ness. I'm sorry I've created so much trouble for you. Ness, you finally made it here. I'm fine. I believed you'd come and save me. Mr. Monotoli isn't really a bad person. Take some time to listen to him. You have no idea how happy I am to have you back. And not just because I will finally have room for items again. Though that is part of the reason. I'll tell you everything. The Mani Mani statue creates an illusion. It attracts evil spirits and weakens your heart. The power scared me so much I hid the statue in a warehouse at Jackie's Cafe. I often went there to pray. Cryptic words appeared to me while I was in the illusion. Ness, your name appeared in the cryptic messages. Stop Ness and do so by your own hand. Or, don't let them go to Summers. Or, make sure they know nothing of the pyramid. I don't fully understand the messages, but someone obviously doesn't want you to go to Summers. Evil Gygus or something. I could hear the name. Anyway, the evil side would definitely be in trouble if we go to Summers. Oh, on the contrary, you should definitely go to Summers, especially because they don't want you to make it there. Would you like to hear the whole story again? Summers is located across the ocean. Take my helicopter. I'll open the door to my heliport. You must go on. Ness, this is your destiny. Paula, it's time we said goodbye. Take care. If I ever get a mansion, I am totally doing that where I have a giant statue of a bear. I will not have a stuffed bear in my house, but I will have a statue of one and make it so by pushing it, you get to access a secret passageway. We made it to the top. Ness, you pinheaded idiot! You're just a half step too slow. I'm getting out of here. Since Monotoli has become a plain old man again, I have no more use for him. This helicopter will really come in handy. Looks like you're the world-class loser again. Came all this way and there's nothing we can do about that. So I guess we might as well go back and talk to Monotoli. Pokey took the helicopter. I hope he's okay. That's just like, your opinion, man. There is an unused alternate version of Pokey's theme with the helicopter starting up that I would like to play for you. It's a really remote piece of trivia that I don't hear talked about. It's clearly an older version though, but the helicopter motor just roars and I like it so much better. Ooh, I was a little dizzy, but now I'm okay. To get to Summers, we need to go back to Threed. Yep, somehow I know that's where we must go. Wow, you guys did a lot while I was in the bathroom. You want to get to Threed as soon as possible? We can take you to Threed in our tour bus. I'll get the bus and wait for you just outside the building. Next time on EarthBound, we take a very convenient... I was gonna say runaway train, but that's not entirely correct, but you know what I mean. We'll take our very convenient route back to Threed. See you guys then.